variables. So I am Mrs. Annalisa Pinunyo, your virtual teacher for today.
So for our learning competencies, first we have A. Differentiate linear inequalities into variables from linear equations into variables. B. Illustrates and graphs linear inequalities into variables. And lastly, solves problems involving linear inequalities into variables. For our first learning competency, that is to differentiate linear inequalities into variables from linear equations into variables. Okay, so what is a linear equation? So linear equation into variables is a mathematical sentence that uses the equality symbol or equal sign. Okay, that is in the form ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers but a and b is not equal to 0. So let us have an examples. Number 1, 10x plus 4y equals 3. Number 2, negative x plus 5y equals 2. Number 3, y equals 5x minus 7. And 4, 2x equals y minus 7. So while linear inequalities into variables is a mathematical sentence that uses the symbol of equality, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and it can be written in the form ax plus by is greater than c, ax plus by is less than c, ax plus by is greater than or equal to c, or ax plus by is less than or equal to c. So our examples, number 1, 3x minus y is greater than negative 2. Number 2, x plus y is less than 2. Number 3, x plus 3y is less than or equal to 0. And 5y minus 3x greater than or equal to negative 2. For our next learning competency, that is to illustrate and graph linear inequalities into variables. So before we go to steps in graphing linear inequalities, so let us remember the following. The graph of a linear inequalities into variables is the set of all points in the rectangular coordinate system whose ordered pairs satisfy the inequality. Then, when the line is graphed in the coordinate plane, it separates the plane in two regions called half plane. And next, the line that separates the plane is called the boundary line. If the sign is greater than or less than, the line is dashed or broken line. So this means that the points in this line are not part of the solution set. So if the sign is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, the line is solid line. This means that points in this line are part of the solution set. When dealing with just x and y, if the sign is greater than or equal to, the shading either goes up or to the right. And if the sign is less than or equal to, the shading either goes down or to the left. Now, here are the steps in graphing linear inequalities. First, replace the inequality symbol with the equal sign. Next, find the x and y intercepts. 3. Locate the x and y intercepts in the Cartesian plane. And 4. Connect the points to draw a boundary line. 5. Test point. So we're going to choose a point not on the boundary line and substitute it in the original inequality. If the result is a true statement, shade the half plane that containing the point. And if the result is a false statement, shade the half plane that does not contain the point. Let us have an example. So graph the solution of x plus y is less than 7. Step 1. Replace the inequality symbol with equal sign. So x plus y is less than 7 will become x plus y equals 7. Step 2. Find the x and y intercepts. So in finding the x-intercept, let y be equal to 0. So x plus y equals 7. Substitute. X plus 0 equals 7. So we have x equals 7. Our first point is 7 and 0. Next, in finding the y-intercept, let x be equal to 0. X plus y equals 7. 0 plus y equals 7. Then, y is equal to 7. So our next point is 0, 7. Step 3, graph 7, 0 and 0, 7. So 7, 0 and 0, 7. Next, connect the points to draw a boundary line. So this is our line. So we use a broken line or dashed line since our inequality symbol is less than. So it means all the points in this line are not part of the solution set. So step 3, test point. So use the origin 0, 0 as our test point since 0, 0 is not on the line and mas madaling gamitin ang 0, 0. So test in the original inequality. So x plus y is less than 7. So substitute. 0 plus 0 is less than 7. And 0 is less than 7. So that is a true statement. So therefore, shade the side containing 0, 0. So it means all the points in this part are solution for the inequality x plus y is less than 7. Okay, next example. Graph the solution of y is greater than or equal to 2x minus 1. Step 1. Replace the inequality symbol with the equal sign. So y is greater than or equal to 2x minus 1 will become y equals 2x minus 1. Number 2, determine the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, ang slope natin ay 2. Since ang gagamitin natin dito is y is equal to mx plus b. Y-intercept is negative 1. So therefore, our point is 0 and negative 1. Step 3, plot 0, negative 1 and locate the second point by using the slope which is negative 1. So this is 0 and negative 1. Then our next point is 1 and negative 2 using the slope. Connect the points to draw a boundary line. Okay, our boundary line is solid line because our inequality symbol is greater than or equal to. Test point. So again, use the origin 0, 0 as our test point. So, reminder lang, you can use any point above or below the line. So y is greater than or equal to 2x minus 1. So substitute. Y is greater than or equal to 2 times 0 minus 1. So 0 is greater than or equal to negative 1 and that is a true statement. Therefore, shade the side containing 0, 0. So again class, if you arrive at a false statement, you're going to shade the portion wherein the test point is not included. So for our last learning competency, which is solves problems involving linear inequalities in two variables. So let us remember the following keywords in linear inequalities. So symbol, then description. So this symbol means less than or fewer than. Next, we have greater than, more than, or exceeds. Then third, that is less than or equal to, at most, no more than, or does not exceed. Then last, greater than or equal to, at least, or no less than. Let us have an example. So, Aling Clara bought 4 kilograms of soya beans and 3 kilograms of brown sugar and paid off not more than 463 pesos. If a kilogram of brown sugar is 45 pesos, then how much is the cost of a kilogram of soya beans? So step 1, represent the unknown using variables. So let x be the cost of soya beans per kilogram and y be the cost of brown sugar per kilogram. Step 2, write a linear inequality. So our linear inequality is 4x plus 3y is less than or equal to 463. Step 3, solve the linear inequality. Since the cost of brown sugar per kilogram is 45 pesos, let y be equal to 45. So 4x plus 3 times 45 is less than or equal to 463. So 4x plus 135 is less than or equal to 463. So subtract 135 to both sides of the inequality. So we have 4x plus 135 minus 135 is less than or equal to 463 minus 135, and that is 4x is less than or equal to 328. Divide both sides by 4. So we have 4 is less than or equal to 82. So therefore, the cost of soya beans per kilogram is less than or equal to 82 pesos. So let us have some exercises. So let us practice. Directions. Verify if the ordered pair is a solution of the inequality. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds for this activity. So let us check if your answer is correct. So number 1, letter A is yes, letter B is no. So for number 2, letter A is no and letter B is yes. For number 3, letter A is no and letter B is yes. Next, for number 4, A is yes and B is no. For number 5, A is no and B is yes. So, sana ay nakuha niyo ang mga sagot sa ating activity. Next. Okay, so for our next activity, let us practice more. So directions, graph the given inequality, write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. So for this activity, I'm giving you 1 minute. So timer starts now. Okay, time's up. Let us check if your answer is correct. So, solution. So, first, replace the inequality symbol with the equal sign. So, number 1, 6x minus 3y equals 15. So, in finding the x and y intercept, so x equals 0. So, substitute. 6 times 0 minus 3y equals 15. So, we have negative 3y equals 15. Y is equal to negative 5. So, our first point is 0 and negative 5. For y-intercept, let y be equal to 0. So, substitute again. 6x minus 3 times 0 equals 15. So, we have 6x equals 15. So, therefore, x is equal to 2 over 5. So, our next point is 2/5 and 0. Next, use test point 0, 0. So, 6x minus 3y is less than or equal to 15. So, 6 times 0 minus 3 times 0 is less than or equal to 15. So, 0 is less than or equal to 15 and the answer is true. So therefore, pag ginrap natin yan, so we have 0 and negative 5. Then, 2/5 and 0. Connect. Then, shade the portion wherein 0, 0 is included. So for our evaluation, solve. So the bus has right seat and left seat with a maximum seating capacity of 52 persons. If the right side of the bus can accommodate only 24 persons, how many persons can sit on the left side of the bus? So I'm giving you 30 seconds. Okay, time's up. Let us check if your answer is correct. So, solution. Let X be the number of persons in the right side and let Y be the number of persons in the left side. Number 2, X plus Y is less than or equal to 52. Then, number 3, since 24 persons can accommodate in the right side, so we have X equals 24. So, substitute 24 plus Y is less than or equal to 52. So, subtract 24 to both sides of the equation. So, we have Y is less than or equal to 28. So, the left side of the bus can accommodate at most 28 persons. Okay, class, inequality exists in life, yet inequality helps us. The reason inequality is important is that it allows us to set barriers in a particular situation and help us arrive at a solution.
That ends our lesson for today. See you again next time and have a great day.